Training the Cowboy back on thelibertyplaybook.com. June 10th, Patrick, the primaries are over. We know who the presumptive nominees will be, but it's getting a little interesting on both sides.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton, the president, endorses her today, and all of a sudden, all is well with the Democratic Party, and the Republican elites are still pulling their hair out.
Well, I don't know that things are all well with the Democratic Party. There's a guy named Sanders who's got about 1,000 delegates and something to say.
Yeah, and I think he's going to continue to say something. He says today, he meets with the president, I'm going to continue to campaign next week, and I want to defeat Donald Trump. And he's saying all the right things. But, just because he says it, what are his supporters going to do?
Right.
Especially these young people. The analysis so far in this election is all these young people, yeah, they're turning out a little bit for Sanders, but they're not turning out in the numbers that everybody thinks they are.
You sometimes wonder if they really have that long an attention span. I mean, Bernie's movement is kind of coming to an end.
Yeah,
right?
well, sometimes young people got the attention span of a bug hitting your windshield on a summer day on I-5.
And Donald Trump is, the Republicans will be first up. Their convention in Cleveland in the middle of July.
Which we're going to.
We're going to it, and we will be telling you all of what we see. I mean, you'll be able to watch it on TV, but we'll try and get you some inside information if we can. This whole website really is about citizenry and about learning about the government and doing the right thing. A lot of people stayed home from the primaries and didn't vote in certain states. And the other thing is, what is going on with the Republican Party? You've got a guy who's your nominee, and now there's all this defection. We don't like him. I mean, aren't you trying to win the game?
Yeah, but the split between the elitists and the rank-and-file Republicans has never been more pronounced. But when you look at the good old-fashioned working guy, or the guys that go to the Trump rallies, they says, look, you wanted me to vote for McCain, I held my nose. You told me to vote for Romney, I held my nose. Now when I got a guy that I like, you're not going to help me. You wanted me to help your guy, but you're not going to help mine. So to me, if Trump does lose, and I don't think that's going to happen, if Trump loses, can you imagine the rebuilding process? The people that delivered election victories in 2010 and 2014 are basically told, go pound sand, or you're so stupid you're going to come back in the fold. And I don't believe that's going to happen.
When you think of the great politicians, great in that they had longevity, they knew how to count.
Yeah.
Dick Daley knew how to count. Strom Thurmond knew how to count. Lyndon Johnson knew how to count. Whatever, name your party. These Republicans, they're not getting that the people want Donald Trump, that they want change, that he's an agent for change. They're not getting on board with that.
Well, and they keep going back to conservative ideals and principles and ideologies and philosophy. Look, that's a nice discussion to have in a university, maybe. Of course, nowadays, conservatives on university campuses ain't very good. But, that's a nice academic argument. This is about winning elections. You're right. This is about getting to the proper number that makes you the winner, which in this case is 270 electoral votes. I think all this hand-wringing and all this looking down their nose at the rest of the people makes them look like morons.
In football, in any endeavor, you have to adapt.
Yeah.
The Conservative Party, the Republican conservative wing, whatever you want to call it, has just not gotten it done the last 8 years. Whether they're sticking too close to their principles and not adjusting, or just not opening the party up to more people, it's not working.
Yeah, if they'd have treated Obama, given him the hell that they're giving Trump, maybe people would have said they had a spine. But they haven't. And Donald Trump came in and he basically said, I'm going to tell it like it is. I only know one way to say things. And all the other politicians were, like the dogs at the Westminster Dog Show, nicely groomed, but they didn't have anything to say.
And high-strung.
And high-strung.
Well, remember this quote from John F. Kennedy. If you like Donald Trump, conformity is the jailer of freedom and the enemy of growth. And he certainly is a nonconformist. Crane the Cowboy back with more on the Liberty Playbook just a bit.